And now you can see the Friday Shot Day Show in all its video glory on our YouTube page at roughedge.tv.
Rough Edge FM at roughedgefm.com.
Come to Harbor Cove Cafe, where the palm trees sway, where you'll find my ties and zombies you'll crave. Your hidden treasure at the end of Spinnaker. Tropical libations, feel the island vibrations. Taste the flavors that delight in our paradise of the night. Sip on sunshine in your cup. Life's a breeze, so drink it up. Harbor Cove Cafe, where the aloha stays. Your perfect getaway at the end of the bay.
Okay. Let's see, today is not Sunday, not Monday, not Tuesday, not Wednesday, not Thursday. Oh, look, today's Friday. You know what that means. It's time for the Shot Day Show.
It's the Friday Shot Day Show, live on Rough Edge FM, with Los Borrachos Grande, R. Scott Bolton, Doug Bolton, Julie Lantiegne, Dr. Shocker, and sometimes Rosie Raddish. It's time to raise your glasses.
Friday Shot Day Show, gonna make you scream. Raise your glass high, let the drinks flow like a stream.
Friday Shot Day Show.
That was the premiere of our new theme. Thank you to Dr. Shocker. Got us some hard rocking theme going there. And you notice that we don't even have to introduce each other anymore because the introductions are all done in the intro. Shocker, did I lose you? Okay, good. Doug is here from Costa Rica.
I can't hear you.
Shocker is in Reno, Nevada.
At all.
Really? Am I gone completely? That's weird. I'm talking right now. Doug, can you hear me?
I heard the intros. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
I can't hear you.
That's odd. Oh, hold on. Maybe my mic's...
Did you push the wrong button?
No, I'm all good. How about...
And of course, Doug's gone, so we can't check Doug.
He'll be right back. So nothing right now?
I'll refresh.
Okay, Shocker's going to refresh. That's weird. Doug, where'd you go? Doug, we need you. Dougie, can you hear me? Oh, he can't because he got no headphones.
Good to hear you. What?
Can you hear me now? Shocker was having an issue.
Oh,
Okay.
I stepped away for a second because I was getting a drink of apple juice. Shocker is there.
He's back. He just refreshed. All right, but I'm you can hear me fine though.
Now I can hear you. Before I couldn't hear shit. I couldn't even tell if you could hear me.
No, I can hear you just fine, but that's weird. So I know this is a complaint that neither one of you are going to care about, but it's hot as hell in this studio right now. I know both of you going. Yeah.
From where I live, whatever.
I know. So we're going to make a quick introduction here because we have something really cool that Shocker just showed me before you came on, Doug. You're going to be
I saw it.
You're going to get a little chubby.
I saw it. I was in the back room.
Ah, well, the audience
You're
is
in the
not.
bathroom?
Yes, I was in the bathroom.
See, it excited him that much. So Shocker, share with us what you got here. It's so cool.
So came in only about 4 hours ago.
Really?
We got our new Pele Utu glassware.
So cool.
There's the zombie glass with a Hookie Loud Jim.
Yeah.
And
Now, what does
then
it say in the back of that? Because we can't read it.
Pele Utu.
Does it say anything about it?
And the address.
Oh, the address. Gotcha.
Yeah, there's one with a Mai Tai.
So cool.
That is cool. I'm going to need 2 of those in October. Well, whenever Scott goes up for the grand
ones,
opening.
the short ones, or both?
Yes.
I think just the short ones for me.
Yeah, you got to take them back to Costa Rica.
Tall ones.
Yeah.
We think the tall ones actually came out looking a little bit nicer.
Really?
Oh.
They look pretty great to me there. Hi, Rosie.
Hi.
Rosie's there. Those are awesome. Those are really cool. Are you guys like getting a tinge of excitement now because it's getting close?
Excitement. Tired. I want to take 4 days and sleep.
I can imagine. Well, maybe you should do that before you guys open up. Just take the 4 days before you open and just sleep. Right.
Well, tomorrow at 8 a.m., I'm getting a U-Haul, driving out to my dad's place in Silver Springs, and then we are collecting. I've got a bunch of guys coming out, or a few guys coming out to help me, and we're going to unload his it's a container. It's like a ship's container.
A shipping container?
Yeah. And the front of it's got a bunch of random shit. So we got to unload all that out to get to the furniture that we're going to use in the back of the container and then put all that shit back in.
Oh, that's a day's work.
But fortunately, it's going to be the coolest day. It's been here in almost a month. In Reno, it's going to be all the way down to 88.
Make sure you guys get your sweaters. Yeah. Get your sweaters going there. So what are you drinking there, Shocker?
Rosie and I are having closest approximation I could get to a Hookie Lao Jim.
Okay. And what's the difference? There's Julie, by the way.
I'm using a different falernum, which is a little bit sweeter. So I was trying to alter the recipe as I went along, but it's still a little touch too sweet for the way the recipe should come out.
Okay. But you're still tweaking with it, right?
Oh, we know the recipe. It's just what I had here available.
Oh, I got you.
You don't have any Karuba in the house?
Yeah, Karuba. From what I understand, I can order it no problem, but finding it in the stores is kind of complicated.
That makes sense.
So Julie, I have to make my own blend.
Yeah, so you got close enough. That worked. It's close enough to work. Julie, welcome in, and notice that Shocker's got. Look what he's got. It's so cool. Pele Utu glasses. Pretty awesome.
She's muted.
Julie, unmute yourself.
Sorry.
There you go.
Very cool.
There we go.
Very nice.
We need to get some of those. By the way, if you want to learn more about the Pele Utu bar, you can go to pele-utu.bar. And there is a website. It's still under construction to a certain degree, but there's a lot going on there. You get a list of the drinks. There's some photos of the work in progress, more photos to be added. And we'll see what happens. It'll be opening up pretty soon there. So we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're getting closer and closer. I just met with security company. I got meetings on Monday with the POS systems, the registers. And then theoretically Monday, the Wells, the bartending station should arrive.
Now that's the big part you've been waiting for.
That's the big part. Now we had a meeting, or I had a phone conversation with the health department. So there's one more thing I need to now put in that I was not anticipating.
Is it bad? Is it expensive?
It's not cheap, but it's not terribly expensive. It's just, if I can get my contractor he's got a day job and he's starting his own business, so he works a lot for us at night. He can probably knock it out in about a couple hours. If I do it, it might take a few days. Okay, that's a big difference. Might be worth paying him for if you can afford it. If I can get him to schedule it, it'll be great. But yeah. And by the way, I did warn you that you would need bathrooms. I know, but pissing on the floor works everywhere else. That's in the pretty tinky.
Well, don't you know the rule of drinking anyhow? If you don't pop the cork, you don't have to go. Once you pop the cork, you got to keep going. That's true. Right. Yeah.
Keep the seal. That's what Joshua told me. Just make sure you keep the seal. All right. Well, Shocker is drinking. I'm sorry, you're drinking. What was the drink again you got? Hookie Lao Jim. You can have one at Harbor Cove Cafe. And I absolutely will. As a matter of fact, one of the drinks that Rosie and I actually created. We went out there last week, and we watched Warren's band play. That was a lot of fun. It was freezing out there, though. The band was frozen solid. I'm surprised they could play anything. But you would get a cocktail, it warmed you right up, and it was a great evening. I had a couple of drinks there. Mai Tai, and I don't remember what my first drink was, but it was delicious as always. Chase does a good job out there. Randy does a good job out there. It's just a terrific place. A lot of new faces there. I wonder why.
Good. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah. Busy out there. That's a lot of things going on. Doug, what are you drinking out there?
Imperial Light.
Julie, what are you dreaming of drinking?
Everything, anything.
Florida Cana. Oh, we don't have that here, but we have.
Do.
You guys do. I got it at home. I just don't have it here. Doug has put us on
right there, actually.
All right. Well, why don't you guys talk amongst each other for a moment while I get the stuff for my drink. Today is National Coffee Milkshake Day, which means nothing to me because I don't like coffee. I doubt it means anything to Shocker because he doesn't like milkshake, or I don't know if you like milkshakes or not, but you prefer your coffee straight.
I generally don't like blended drinks, but once in a blue moon, a shake is obviously nice.
Yeah, I agree with that. And Julie, what about you? You like coffee and shakes?
Yeah.
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 I thought we had coffee.
Have you ever
I don't do a lot of shakes. But...
I've never done a coffee milkshake. No.
A White Russian milkshake.
I should have done it. No, I haven't done a White Russian milkshake.
Ice cream, some Kahlua and vodka blend. Oh, those will get you fuckered up.
Okay, wait a second. Tell me again the recipe for a White Russian.
Vodka, Kahlua, and cream or milk.
Yeah,
I can do that.
If you don't have cream or milk, you can always use Bailey's.
I can do that. I've got because I brought in a bottle of Kahlua. I know we got vodka here in the shelf somewhere, and I brought.
We got vodka in the freezer.
Yes, we do. So I'm gonna go make my cocktail. You guys talk about stuff while I'm gone. I'll be right back.
Wait. Why do you think he brought milk?
Because he said he was going to do Kahlua and cream.
Oh, did he? Yeah, I'd say a White Russian.
Yeah,
White Russian shake sounds good.
That's why I was confused. He kept saying he was going to drink Kahlua and cream, and I'm all, why are you not making a White Russian?
Yeah.
Well, they're good, except they're a little sweet, so you can't drink.
Or a Black Russian. Want to be racist?
Which
I've heard so many people get unglued over the White Russian name. It quite entertains me now. Even when you call it,
it's a color.
Caucasian.
It's a color. Not allowed
Here
to
he
use
comes.
colors anymore.
Everybody freeze! Everybody freeze!
Shocker, equal portions. Did we lose Shocker? Did we? Oh, you guys, stop it!
Equal portions would be
Shocker's gone.
I'm like, wait a minute, they couldn't all three freeze at once. All right, so equal portions across, right?
Yes, equal portions across. Sounds like a good recipe.
I'll be right back.
Oh, that was funny. We got him. That was hilarious.
And I'm trying to look at all your screens to make sure nothing was moving behind you without trying to move.
Right. Well, I do have, because I have the virtual screens. Every once in a while it flickers, and then Julie was jumping around a couple of times. Her screen, your screen jumped, not you. But it was good. It got him. He wasn't aware of what we were doing.
It looks tropical behind you, Julie. I like that new setup.
It's their backyard.
Yeah. It's not raining right now, I see. It's not raining outside, I see.
Nope, not right now. It's dark, though.
Yeah, it was raining a few minutes ago here hard, but it just eased up now, I think. It's still raining, but not bad.
We've had a rainstorm about once a week. Thunder, lightning, coming down really hard.
Yeah, we've been getting some thunder lightning here.
Late July, early August, they're almost daily. But it dumps for 10, 20 minutes, and then it's done.
Yeah.
And then it's overly humid for about 2 hours, and then that's gone too.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been there a few times in July, and it's every afternoon for, like you said, half hour, maybe at the most, you get a lot of rain, and then you get some lightning, and then it's all gone.
One lightning hit, was it last week? Rosie was gone with the girls. I think they were grocery shopping or something. Boys and I were here. I was out back smoking, and wow, lightning went off, thunder, no big deal, kind of close. And then one went off, and it's like lightning, thunder on top of each other.
Wow.
And to the point where I walked around the front of the house going, did it hit the tree out front?
Yeah.
Did it hit the street?
And it's loud when that happens.
I was camping in Tahoe, and one went off within 6 feet of the camper we were in.
Oh.
And you could see the tree where it was charred from when it was hit by lightning.
That's gnarly.
Yeah, I didn't go back to sleep that night. I think I was like 12.
Oh, yeah, you're probably, what the hell? Yeah, we were swimming last night right about sunset, and the lightning started. It was a ways away, but there was one out in the ocean. There was just a nice big streak, and it stayed there for a second or two. It was crazy. It was really cool.
Just long enough for you to register?
Well, no, you saw it. Then you were able to look at it for like, wow, look at that. And then it stayed for a long time. It was crazy.
All right, I got my cocktail made up. Look right here. Don't tease me for my freak ice because that's all I had. I started the ice machine, but of course there's no water in it, so I have to bring
Could
some
you make
water
that
in.
any smaller?
There's 6 ounces here, dude.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I believe you.
Do the math. 2 plus 2 plus 2.
You forgot the
That's
ice.
18, right?
What's that?
You forgot
2
the
plus
ice.
2 plus 2 is 18.
That's right. That's what I was thinking. Julie, listen to this sound.
Yeah, I know.
It's not very nice, Scott.
And
Oh, we'll make it up.
well, it's looks like it'll definitely be sometime after August 10th, but not exactly sure when.
Okay. Well, just let us know because we're going to do our absinthe show that day.
Yeah, we're still waiting on what the doctor says about her heart. She just took the monitor off yesterday and sent
So
it
she's
back
doing
in, so
she's doing well.
she's doing okay. She got sick this past week, so she's been a little bit sluggish because she's had a stuffy nose. But I stayed free of it. I'm doing my honey and my immune support gummies every day, so I haven't gotten sick. Jake was sick first, and then he gave it to her.
Yeah,
I'm doing my immune support as well.
There you go. Julie, and you're going to do the same thing when you get back, right? Do your honey?
Yeah, I'm going to be doing my honey every night.
What were you helping out with, Shocker? Were you drinking honey?
A little Florida Cognac.
Oh, there you go. I was going to go get the Baron which I still might do, as a matter of fact.
That's always tasty.
This drink is excellent.
No, Baron Yager is really good.
Yeah, I love Baron Yager. I forgot we had it there. I was looking for. I would have swore we had some coffee whiskey or bourbon or something, but bourbon scotch.
You did.
Coffee
you had
bourbon.
Some coffee.
I couldn't find it.
Some of that.
Maybe we drank it all because I could not find it, and maybe
it's here.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe we gave it to Shocker, but
I think we opened it and tasted it once. It was not good.
Or Black Moon or something? Isn't that?
Wait a minute. I think you guys went to do it as a random shot, and it was sealed closed, and it was kind of creepy.
Yeah, we couldn't get it open, remember? And then when we got it open, it was all crystally and nasty. We decided to get rid of it, I think.
Is that what it was? That might have been
I think if well, my memory probably does fail me, but that's what I remember.
Anyway, this is very good, but it reminds me of late nights in Vegas because, as you guys know, when it would get too late and I've been drinking all day, I'd switch to a White Russian or a Kahlua and cream. It's just easier to drink at the end of the night, you know?
Yep, that is a fact.
Yeah, and then you get the chunky puke.
Yeah. I don't want any puke. I'm done with that. I used to be the champion of it every year when we would go to Vegas with the guys. Doug, how many times did I get that bad?
Almost every time we went.
It was embarrassing. But
I used to go hit Billy O's on my way to work and get a Bailey's and coffee.
Oh.
And if it was warm out, I'd get it over ice. It wasn't that I needed the liquor at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, but Bailey's is just so fucking good.
Yeah.
It was just coffee creamer at that point. And it's what, it's like 5-10% alcohol. It's not like you're doing a shot on your way to work to get even.
Right. It's
but I would just pop in. It's like, can I get a Bailey's and coffee? Oh yeah, this is so good. Okay, now I can function.
Yeah. I always thought it was funny that Bailey's or whoever bought the license from Bailey's, they actually made coffee creamer, but of course it was non-alcoholic. It's like, what's the point? It's so low in alcohol anyway. Did it suck?
It sucked because I was ecstatic. I went out and bought one right away thinking, okay, great. I don't care if Bailey's is alcohol or not. If you can recreate that flavor, I'm all about it. I made the first cup of coffee with it and went, it wasn't horrible. Let me rephrase that. It was not a horrible creamer. It was not Bailey's.
Yeah. That's, I think, the issue.
And Bailey's is cream, a little chocolate, and whiskey. You can make homemade Bailey's really easily.
What's the shelf life for Bailey's? Because we've had that argument many times on this. If you don't refrigerate it, what's the shelf life?
I don't know. I've been in plenty of bars who have left it out and not had a problem. I always refrigerate it, but I also like Bailey's and coffee on the rocks, so having it refrigerated is handy.
Yeah.
And we tend to, when I'm home, I tend to take the leftover coffee if we haven't finished the pot and pour it in a pitcher in the fridge. So we always have iced coffee. And right now I've got the bourbon and cream that you guys didn't like. And that's in the fridge, and I'll make those once in a while too.
I think if it has cream or milk in it, I just tend to put it in the refrigerator just because it makes me nervous.
I think Bailey's has enough whiskey that the milk cultures are pretty much dead.
And is it genuine milk cultures, or is it like, in a candy bar where they say it's, cream, but it's really not. It's really a sugar processed thing. I mean, is it real cream in Bailey's, or is it a sugar processed?
It used to be real cream. I'm sure it's something mimicking cream these days.
Like a Twinkie, for example.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay. The Twinkies have that cream filling that lasts forever, and it's not real cream. They just call it cream. They spell it CREME, but I wish I had the do we have a bottle of Bailey's here? It seems like I saw one.
I don't know if we do or not. If so, it's in the refrigerator.
I'm sure the cream filling in Twinkies is basically powdered sugar.
Oh, it is. It's a sugar.
There's no cream.
And that's what I wonder if Bailey's is the same kind of process, because I know there's a lot of sugar in Bailey's, but I don't know. It's something, it's something that's worth researching. We'll do some research on that. So, as I said, we went out to Harbor Cove Cafe last weekend and saw Warren's band play. They're always terrific, and we had a good time there. The Mai Tais there are great. Shelly got 2 Mai Tais. She wanted one the first time, and then she ordered another one right away. And I tried something different first. I think I got the Hurricane. Isn't that what I decided I was going to get? Yeah, I got the Hurricane, and the Hurricane was amazing. It was delicious. It was. I was afraid because I hadn't had one so long that it was going to taste like Hawaiian Punch and booze, but it didn't. It tastes like it has that fruity flavor to it, but it's also got something that kind of it's not a bitterness, but it offsets the sweetness. And it was outstanding. I forgot how good Hurricanes are, but I will go back there and get another one. I really want to go out there and get a patty melt. Nice. It's patty melt time again for me. At
how long was it since you had one?
Said there. It's been, I don't know, 3-4 months. I've been out and I've had breakfast since, and of course we eat a lot of French fries there because what's the phrase? Mai Tais and French fries, like margaritas and chips, Mai Tais and French fries. And the French fries there are amazing, by the way. But I haven't had a patty melt there in a while, and it's time. It's time to get a patty melt. So Doug, there's a
I don't
ghost.
think I've ever
behind
had
you.
a, I don't think I've ever had a pad mount. Yeah, that's Michelle floating around back there. She's we
We
just
did
got
have
home
a.
from the store and she was putting stuff away. I think
Oh,
she
okay.
was going to go for a walk, but it was hammering rain. So I don't know. Is it still raining? Still raining, so maybe not.
Now, Doug, lean
A
out on
walk
that.
in the
Oh, by the
future.
way, you did have a patty melt. We got a terrible one up in Las Vegas.
No, I mean I said it Harbor Cove. I meant.
Oh, at Harbor Cove. Okay.
You want me to lean out here for
Yeah,
what?
lean out on that. Julie, you see that background he's got going there?
Mm-hmm.
That's absinthe. We're going to be doing that stuff with
Right.
that kind of spoon in just a couple of weeks. We're going to do the absinthe show.
Soon as, yep.
Yep. And I'm not gonna get
Except now. Oh, as I say, now I'm doing the whole gluten free. So
there's
I
no
started
there's no
trying
gluten in
them.
absinthe.
No, there isn't in most alcohols.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
But
I guess there's some because some of them are made with
It's-
wheat, right?
no, the processing, whatever takes that. From what I
Oh.
saw online, most of them do not have gluten in them.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Even whiskeys and stuff. I think it's probably this distilling that changes it. But it's more for the inflammation.
Okay. Julie just talked about inflammation and bailed on us.
Oh well,
If
she'll
you
be
put me
back.
back,
We lost you suddenly. All of a sudden, you just disappeared.
that was weird.
I think it's the government watching the show. They're trying to censor you.
But
Yep.
I've got full bars, so
Yeah, it's glitches happen. It could have been on this end for all we know, but who knows? Anyway,
Scott.
you should. The other thing that happened this week, and I was waiting for Shocker to get back, but I'll just go ahead and jump on this, is that, as you guys know, Shelly is a kind of a tequila aficionado. She loves her tequila. She always tries new ones. She watches several video channels on Instagram, and she reads a lot about tequilas, and she's always finding new tequilas to try. But at one point, her favorite tequila was Casamigos,
Not anymore.
which was George Clooney's and his partner's tequila. She says that once they sold it, that the new buyers must have added, this is just a guess, nobody sue us for this if it's not true. The new buyers changed the recipe because there's so much vanilla flavor in this now that it takes away from the tequila flavor. So I'm going to try a little bit of it right now and see if I can taste that tequila flavor. But now she's preferring the organic tequilas more than the other ones. And her favorite, one of her very favorites is, of course, Mi Gente, which we were kind enough to get bottles of at the Grape when we went out there that time with their distributor there. She gave us a couple of bottles of Mi Gente, and that's an outstanding tequila. So let's see how this.
I'm still liking
Casamigos.
that what I don't know the name of it.
Herradura?
Yes,
Yeah, Herradura is a good
I
tequila.
still like that tequila.
So I'm looking on here, Scott. It says at tequila.com, tastetequila.com, it says the flavor profile, talking about Casamigo, the flavor profile has been made to be much sweeter and it smells like fake vanilla. As a result, we can no longer recommend this tequila to our buyers.
Are you serious?
No,
Yeah,
that's true.
Casamigos is not the recipe you remember.
Okay, because you missed this part, Shocker. Shelley's favorite tequila was Casamigos, and then once it got sold, she swore that they changed the recipe because it was so vanilla up front.
They started doing additives. It's not what you remember. I think I got a bottle here somewhere. Hey, look.
Oh yeah, I'm trying some right now. It does taste sweeter. The vanilla is not as heavy as I would have expected, but it's there. But it is sweeter than it was before. Sweet.
Now I've got a Reposado, but this is an older bottle.
Now, they said the Reposado is still fine. They also said that the Reposado has not changed. It was
Why
just
do
the
people
one
do that?
Because there's either one, they're trying to save $1, or two, they think they're better.
No, they're trying to make it more palatable to the vodka drinkers.
Well, maybe.
Okay,
yeah.
that makes sense. But at the same time, it ruins the tequila. It's like that was my biggest fear when Jim Beam, a brand I don't like, bought Maker's Mark, which is one of my favorite brands. I thought, oh, they're going to change it, they're going to screw it up, and they did make Maker's Mark expand their selections, because before we only had Maker's Mark and maybe
But
Maker's
they're
26.
not selling crappy Maker's Mark selections though. They're all good.
That's my point. My point is that they maintain the quality.
I remember it was either the late 90s, early 2000s when but Jack watered down the Jack Daniels.
Yep.
And we'd made a mission in life to run around and try to find all the dusty bottles of Jack before I throw shit at the kids.
Don't throw one of those
Uchu
glasses.
Stronger proof Jack, which is what we all like.
Yes. Well, except Doug.
But
Maker's Mark also lowered their alcohol content at one point, but they did it at the behest of the distiller. He said there was too much alcohol. That I'm okay with, as long as that's a true story, and that's what it seems to have been. But if you're doing it to save a buck, why take a iconic brand and screw it up? I don't understand it.
Yeah. So since we were talking about that, just one more caption. This is from liquor.com. They say since the sale of Casamigos to Diageo, there are claims among reviewers and bloggers that the recipe has changed dramatically, and in general, the shift has not been an improvement. That said, their current reposado is enjoyable. So,
how was the reposado, Shocker?
The reposado wasn't bad.
Yeah, I don't think they changed that. I think they just changed maybe the silver.
Short of buying a Blanco for a margarita night, I only buy Añejo and Reposados.
Nice shot.
You only buy, I'm sorry, what was that you buy? Añejo and
Reposados. No Blancos. I like Blanco in my margarita.
Scott's Añejo.
I am Añejo. You know what? I like all three of them, but it's funny when it comes to drinking tequila straight out of the bottle, I prefer the Blanco. I always have.
You should drink it out of a glass.
Randy does too.
Yeah, I think it's just a personal, like anything else. It's a personal taste thing.
Sissy way to drink it.
Well, what do you prefer, Doug?
Of what?
Of the tequilas. Do you like the Blanco, the Añejo, or the Reposado?
It varies from tequila to tequila to tequila. Like Patron Silver by far is the best, I think. Now what was the little rabbit one? Manejo. What was the little? Remember the rabbit we traded?
I do. It was Spanish for rabbit, whatever it was.
No, that's Conejo. It's not.
Yeah, that's Conejo. What it was.
Conejo is Spanish for rabbit. I never knew that.
Yes. So,
by the way, Shelly corrected me in the Mi Gente. It's additive free, not organic. So
Mi Gente, that's what I'm talking about. Mi Gente. So the Mi Gente, the Reposado, I liked better. So it depends on what you're drinking. I mean, there's a lot of rye whiskeys that I don't care for, but there's a few rye whiskeys that are absolutely delicious. So,
remember the Jose Cuervo in Palm Springs? Now, we all know that Jose Cuervo is not the world's greatest tequila. We all can agree on that, right?
Yeah.
But that Reposado.
I don't know. Their 18, 62 or whatever bottle is not horrible.
Oh, there's a couple of Jose Cuervo, like you said, the La Familia one, that's delicious, but it's going to set you back.
Well, the ones we tried in Palm Springs that time from the remaining barrels they had in the cellar, that was stunning. That was like drinking cognac. It was stunning. It was $30 a shot back then, which is what, Doug, 20 years?
Yeah.
But it was outstanding. It was worth it. And then you always have to tell this follow-up story. Then the lady ordered a margarita made with that tequila. $110 it cost her. And the bartender's all, I don't want to do it. I don't know why I would. Why would you take this tequila and mix it in a margarita?
This Cuervo bottle, when I got it, had a couple ounces left in it. And it's so old, the labels are yellowing. And this was not horrible. It was hot because it's Blanco. But it actually says Blanco on it, which, through the 90s, through the early 2000s, Cuervo didn't even say Blanco on their silver.
Oh, did they say silver? Because I've seen a lot of tequila still do that.
Yeah.
By the
I
way,
was laughing because somebody was posting a question. They wanted, they were looking for the recipe for one of Tonga Hut Palm Springs drinks. I don't remember which one it was. And the description says gold rum, and some of the rum snobs are like, why would you ever say gold rum and not aged rum and blah, blah, blah? And it's like, because unlike you being in this community for longer than 30 seconds, that is an easy thing you can explain to people who are not rum snobs.
That's right. That's a good point.
You know, there is no, tequila, Blanco, Reposado, Añejo, they have rules.
That's right.
Rum doesn't have a lot of rules. So if you say a silver rum, a white rum, what have you, it doesn't have a clear definition of how long it's been aged, if it's straight out of the still, any of that. And that doesn't even include what sugar base they were using, if it was cane, molasses, cane juice, what have you. It just has to be sugar. So, and all of those have, aside from the stills and everything else involved, they all have vastly different flavors.
That's one of the things I've always liked about rum is that there are so many styles and varieties, and they're all rum, but they all have something just a little bit different for them. You know what I'm saying? And that speaks to what you're saying there. By the way, if you guys hear a strange humming in the background, it's the fan. I had to turn the fan on. So
my fan's on here too. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. I just had to do it.
I can hear my fan.
Yeah. Julie, can you hear my fan?
All
right. Well, speaking of rum, we should probably do. That's tequila. We're doing rum. This is Doug's favorite part of the show. Bet your ass it's time to taste the cask on the Friday Shot Day Show. Now, I had some computer work to do before the show began, so I haven't poured my shot yet.
Lost without having this at the bar when I open.
You're not taking that to the bar?
I can't hear you now.
What the heck?
Can you hear me?
Doug, say something.
I'm saying something. You can't hear me? No, you can't hear me. I'm not messing around either.
No.
All right. Sign language for Shocker for the rest of the show.
All you two, but not.
That was odd. Now it's back.
It is odd. Maybe you got something not snapped in all the way. You got a plug that's only partially in?
No, I'm actually Bluetooth to the speaker.
Oh,
I think it's something the kids are doing.
It's those kids.
No, they just left. They all just left with Rosie.
Oh.
Who will be able to pop into the show more often because she just literally told her bosses to pound sand and quit.
Oh.
Well, there you go.
So cheers to that.
Salud.
Where's your cask, Scott?
I'm working on it. I'll be right back.
Oh, figures. He wasn't ready. Scott's never ready.
He was ill prepared.
Oh, you said you heard that. That's good. I meant for him to hear it. Oh, I have an itch on my back. I don't know why.
We'll scratch it.
I was trying to. It looks weird though when I'm sitting here doing all this weird stuff.
There's an old tiki drink. It's a vintage drink called the Back Scratcher, and one of the garnishes is a back scratcher.
Oh, I've seen that at a few different places. I've seen that. Yeah, pretty fun.
I've never looked into. I know I've had them. I know I've enjoyed them, but I've never looked into the complication of how to order the multitudes of back scratchers to contemplate putting it on a menu.
Oriental Trading Company.
Right.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Yesterday we got a pallet. Yesterday, 2 days ago, of our tiki mugs. And then yesterday, which I loaded into the bar today, we got, of course, the new glassware. I think I ordered too much glassware.
Well, you can, never have enough because it's going to vanish.
It's a bar.
Sorry.
Too much is all right, and the glasses will be for sale soon.
Yeah.
But something went on fire. Oh, Northern California.
Yeah, Chico is on fire.
Odd.
What did you said you got your mugs?
Just our generic tiki mugs.
Oh, gotcha.
Like I got a bunch of these guys.
Yeah.
We found the mug we wanted, which is this guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's called a 3-face bucket. You've had it at the place that shall not be named,
Yep.
and Randy got a bunch for zombies and whatnot. Evidently, Randy bought the last ones available.
Oh, thanks, Randy.
So we couldn't get them, so I had to look at other options. And then I got 3 different size bowls for our bowl drinks. And our volcano bowl's fucking huge.
Does it have the little well for the 151?
Yes, it does.
Nice.
So how is the cask?
The cast strength is very good this week. Remember, it was a little harsh last week. Today, it's very good. It's sweeter, smoother. The caramel taste is gone, though. It's not caramel taste today. It's a rum taste. Let me see if I can figure it out a little better. Yeah, it just tastes like rum. And that's okay. I got no issue with that. That's actually pretty good. But again, it surprises me how last week, 2 weeks ago, it was super smooth and super caramely, and it was really good. Last week, it was still good, but it was a little harsh, a little in my face. This week, sweet again. And by the way, Shelly's listening to the show right now. Shelly, I need to get a bottle of cheap rum to fill up the cask because it's dribbling. And even though I pulled the bunghole, it's still dribbling. So I got to get some rum in there. But it's pretty good. It worked out pretty well.
Yeah, mine's tasting like Casamigos, caramel and vanilla. Oh, without tequila.
I was going to say, wait, what? The rum tastes like Casamigos? Shelly, I know you're listening. Tell us what your favorite tequila is right now. I threw out the one that you liked. I know you like the Mijenta, but I know there's other ones that you've tried. So shoot me a text and let me know which ones you're looking at.
We did a tequila tasting a few weeks ago, and there was the Blind Burro, but their craft side, oh God, was it delicious. Was it fucking expensive?
Oh, of course.
It was delicious.
Of course, the good stuff always is. We were at Costco today, and I was surprised because they have decent prices in their liquor. It's not great. They have some of their own brands, the Kirkland brands. Is it Kirkland? I don't remember.
It's Kirkland, but what you have to do with Kirkland is you have to look to see where it was produced.
Right. Because you
Same thing you do with Trader Joe, because sometimes if you can identify the distiller, you might be able to identify it's a younger blend, but it's tasty.
Yeah, exactly. But so they had the usual stuff out there, including their brands, but they also had some really expensive bottles. There was one bottle of tequila that was $250.
Yeah.
And a bottle of scotch that was $138. And I don't expect that when I go look at Costco, but they're there. So I didn't get either one because I'm broke. Hey, dog, stop that. Okay. You're not in high school anymore. You're grown up. Okay.
He's grown up.
I went too far. I know. I'm sorry.
You're thrown up.
What are you drinking, Dougie? Are you taunting Julie? Oh,
I thought you got your Florida Cognac, so I made
did
some
I.
for me. That's what I saw.
So what do you
That's
got?
what Huh?
What's that other stuff?
This?
Yeah,
That's the other
Pico.
rum he's discovered that I can't get.
Yeah, it's only like $13 for I think it's a 750. It might be a 700, but it's delicious.
Did you try that in last
It's 700. I've had it before. This is my second bottle.
Oh, nice box.
You like my box?
And the rum that it comes in.
I'll tell you.
I gotta unpack my boxes because I don't know where they are at the moment.
Yeah, I gotta get mine back here because I don't use it at home, and I would use it here more often. But I'll tell you a funny story. You guys remember we tried the Kiss gin, right? And it wasn't half bad. It was actually
right. It was just okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was better. We all thought it was gonna be terrible, but it wasn't half bad. Well, it's funny because now Ace Frehley is selling Ace Frehley's cold gin. I'm like, I bet you it's the same exact recipe. I bet you it's the same exact thing, just slapped a different label on it.
Well,
made it.
I wouldn't buy it
Why?
because I don't like Ace really. He's kind of a douche.
He is kind of a douche.
Yeah.
Remember that time we went to see him at the Ventura Theater and he made us wait 90 minutes?
Yeah, hour and a half late at the Ventura Theater.
The other bands had finished playing, and he made us wait 90 minutes before he went on stage.
Wow.
Yeah, we're out.
Sounds
Forget
like
that guy.
Ace.
When
I think he hit the stage. We all flipped him off and left.
That's what we did. Yep. See ya.
But I mean, I guess the joke's on us because he had our money already. But
That's true. But we did get to see
but
Slam
he
Alice
was
with
playing the
somebody else
Ventura
first.
Theater, so
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
So
Ventura
today
Theater,
we
you
went.
see them when they're on their way up, and you see them on their way down.
Yeah. So we are at Price Mart today, which is it's like Costco, except it's owned by, I think Walmart owns it. The same exact thing as a Costco though. But today they give away samples of bow tie gin. And so I said, "Oh, I'll like try that." So she gets a little glass and she puts some ice in it. It's just a small glass. It's probably a 2-ounce glass, maybe. Put some ice in it, a little bit of bow tie gin, a little bit of orange flavored tonic water. And it was a freaking delicious drink. It's like, oh my God, that was good.
Orange flavored tonic water?
Orange
love
flavored
that
tonic
idea.
water. Yeah, it is orange flavored tonic. I was like, wow. It's not a heavy orange. There's just a hint of orange, but it was delicious, refreshing. And the bow tie gin was pretty good. I don't know. I was trying to see where it comes from.
Bow tie?
Yeah, bow tie gin. It's if you find the website, it's in Spanish, so it's probably from
Bow tie is an authentic London gin with a unique personality,
there it
the
is.
result of a balance between the elegant and the daring. The gin exudes a harmony of juniper, coriander, orange, and lemon peel elements. It also contains a blend of traces of confectionery and mineral notes with a hint of citrus to create a pleasantly warm, slightly sweet sensation. To keep things interesting, every 7th bottle is spiced with arsenic. Oh, wow, that's kind of cool. I
Yeah,
made
they
that
have
part
an
up.
English website.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
why
it was good. It was good. We tried it, and both of me, Michelle's the one that picked up on the orange taste. She goes, "Is that orange?" She goes, "Yeah." And she showed us, and it was orange flavored tonic water.
Oh, interesting. Did you get a bottle?
It was no, we couldn't find the orange flavored tonic bottle, or I would have because we have Jim in the freezer. Not Jim,
yeah.
Jen.
Yeah, Jim's in the freezer. Now you thought he was over here, Julie. He's in Doug's freezer.
Oh,
It's made in Valencia, Spain.
That makes sense.
Well, is it okay?
Fuck, I'll try it. That sounds tasty.
Doug sent a
It
bottle of
was a good gin. So I didn't buy a bottle of it because I think it was like.
And I like that their
$45
sample
something like that.
included a gin and tonic with ice and not just here, take a hit of
No,
gin.
she made me a full drink, and then Michelle got another liqueur that they had there, and they put it on ice too. But it was like a liqueur 43, kind of like that. It wasn't a liqueur 43.
alcohol.
Yeah, so it was
Liqueur
kind of nice.
43. It's an herbal vanilla liqueur, popular in Spain.
Oh, I
Where it's
love
from.
that. It's delicious. It's really good.
Oh,
That 43.
It really is one of the 2 MSGs of alcohol. You can sneak that in a lot of recipes, and it just pops flavor.
Yeah, it says it has 43 different herbs is what it's made out of.
Yeah,
like
and
KFC.
They say.
43.
Good. Does it make a mess on you? It's a little difficult to drink out of the box. Michelle's drinking some of my
It is
Florida
difficult.
Donna. She's wearing some of it.
You got to go for the corner, and you got to hope that it's
Wow,
not,
I just want you to do that more.
it's not leaking anymore, is it, Doug? Did you get it sealed?
I didn't do anything to it since I had it last time. I just set it underneath my computer.
Okay,
underneath my
but for a
monitor,
week,
but-
it should be fine, right?
But he's in a moist environment.
That's
That's
true.
true. It is. It is definitely a moist environment. I should soak it in water, but I probably won't. There's
Soak it
one
in
corner
water.
that you can drink out of it. It doesn't spill.
Yeah, the funny part with those boxes is there's always the one corner that doesn't spill.
Right. And I thought about taking and like rounding off the corners so that it fits nicer to your mouth. But I just never sat down.
It might remove the structural integrity.
You're right. It might. I mean, I was just going to do it at the top, not all the way down. But yeah, because if you did the whole thing, rounded that off, and it would.
We're still trying to guesstimate if that would be an issue up here to do rum boxes. But we would like to have rum boxes for our regulars.
You need a humidor. You need a humidor.
Why does he need an ice cream machine?
No, not a humor. A humidor, like for something like for cigars.
Cigars.
Yeah, that keeps it at a certain.
That's an interesting.
And humidor is actually where you also keep your wine.
Yeah,
so your corks stay wet.
Oh,
so if you do that, you could use that, and you could probably be one of the only bars in the entire world that keeps their tasting casks in a humidor. Well, maybe
I'm trying to figure out how to make the whole bar the humidor, so when you come into the bar from the dry environment, it's a little sweltered and humid.
Oh.
Well, you just want to feel the lava, but we want to cool air conditioning.
No, air conditioning included, but just you walk into a moist environment, not a dry environment. I'm not sure that's reasonable or feasible.
That would be
maybe not in Reno. Maybe not in Reno, just because you could do it, but it would cost you a lot of water every day to keep it in the air.
Julie, what were you saying about the wood?
Having unfinished wood, you wouldn't be able to share those things.
No, that's what they're saying. It's for regulars. You have your own little one labeled for you. You come in and give me a
like we used to do at the place that shall not be named. Regulars had their rum boxes.
Oh, okay.
So they would come in and order rum, and you drink it. Did you ever make anything but rum in there?
Because the cook, the old sushi chef, had his, which I think is in my garage, his original sake box, and he would do shots of rum from his sake box. So we started ordering boxes for our regulars until the Ventura Health Department did not like that.
Oh, even for somebody using it every time?
Yep.
Okay, but don't they do that in Vegas? I seem to remember that at least the Rebar has a whole wall of mugs.
But they're not wood.
Well, what difference does it make if the same person's using them?
Can't sanitize it.
Right, because it gets into the grain of the wood.
Okay, I get that.
I mean, I guess you could take it, you could shellac it, but then it's not wood. That just takes away from it. And I was thinking about the corners of these, how they leak unless you soak them. What about making one out of a solid piece of wood?
They do in certain places. They do actually have them that are one solid piece of wood, not the cheaply made.
Yeah, if I still had my machine shop, I could rip out a bunch of these fast out of solid wood.
If you had a machine shop, I could have a bunch of these swizzles, but now I got to figure out where to buy them.
Oh.
It looks like Walmart sells one that doesn't have
seams.
The corners. Yeah.
Is it wooden?
It is. Alvinma wooden sake box.
Oh.
And it does not look like it has seams. I mean, it's hard to tell from the picture, of course, but I don't see any seams, as a matter of fact. That's very interesting. Of course, at $4 a piece is probably too much for you, Shocker, for your
It depends. Those that's the sort of thing you only do for your regulars, not for everyday people.
Yeah, of course.
Everyday people.
Now, Tipsy.com has what they call Guinomi cups. Does that sound familiar?
No.
And they look like round.
But I might have been drinking.
They're not wood though, so that kind of takes the fun out of it.
So we've been looking at options for our regular, drinkers club, and I found on Oriental Trading or those companies make a hat similar to this instead of fezzes or similar items, where everybody could have a nice brimmed hat.
It's a good idea.
and then we could do a little embroidered piece around it for them.
I like that idea a lot. Because the Fez thing is, it's fun, and I still enjoy it. I just wore my Fez recently to Fez night. But at the same time, it's nice to have something different from a different bar. And those hats are cool. They must be pretty inexpensive because that's what – remember, Doug, we were in Palm Springs and that rum distributor was giving away those hats?
Yes, I brought that hat to Costa Rica, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I think Michelle wears it more than you do.
Yeah.
This particular hat is one of the Aussie hats, and it was laying around Harbor Cove.
Oh.
And I actually went through and I stained this entire hat, and Rosie did the band for it out of vintage Hawaiian fabric.
Nice job. I always thought that was a hat you guys bought online or somewhere.
No, it's a cheap Hawaiian hat or a cheap Aussie hat.
Hello, mate.
Not folded up, but
yeah, that's good. It's a good hat. Yeah, if you can get those, that would be fun. And then then there's this big argument about what pins you can put on your Fez, like it's some sacred device.
No, it's not, because it's a bar that shall not be named Fez, and you can put whatever the fuck you want on it.
Well,
I'm the one who created those Fezes.
That's true. But I've heard people say that they don't want you to that you're not supposed to put pins on the hat because you're supposed to respect the Fez. So
So as a good friend of mine who is a Mason and is working towards joining the Shrine, they do not want you to wear Shriner Fezes in public.
What's the difference?
The Shriner Fez, you have to be a 32nd level order of the Masonic Lodge. You earn your right, and you have to join the Shriners. And the Shriner Fezes, you have to earn and do work to get. Much like my Cult of the Eye Fezes, which are hanging above my head. You can't just join the Cult of the Eye. You can't buy them in a store. But if you want to take a regular Fez, like the Fez of the place that shall not be named, and put patches or pins, who gives a fuck?
Well, like I said,
you're not ruining a Fez from an organization that
a really sacred Fez.
Good.
Yeah.
Or in my case, an organization that's trying to do evil.
Well, that's what happened the other day. And I thought about this before because, like I said, several people have told me you don't put pins in the hats because you respect the Fez. And the other day I was at that Fez night at the place, and this guy walked behind me and he starts going like this. Because I do have one pin on my Fez, and it's for Peer Under the Stars, which I figure that's a good enough freaking cause for any Fez. So,
especially considering how many times we supported that event.
Exactly.
And the pin is from the night of really drunken event.
I don't remember that.
Nobody remembers that.
but that's the only pin that's on my Fez. And this guy was like, give me the eye. And I finally turned, I said, can I help you? Okay. Step one, he goes, no, man, I was just trying to see what pin was on your Fez. Step two was, that dude was drunk. He was having a hard time standing up, and he was you
need the Godzilla Spring Fire pin right on the logo, and on the other side, you need my ass cheeks as the pin.
Okay, I'll order those. Where do I get that at? Shockersass.com?
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, I always worried about that, but I'm not going to worry about it anymore. I'll do what I want to do with that.
Not with a Fez from the club you like to drink at.
Okay, that makes sense. Because I always thought it's my Fez, and why shouldn't I celebrate everything else that I like?
So when we did the Fezes, which was year 3, year 4, it's blurring together.
Sure.
Josh and Rachel decided that they were going to give the first 10 people who drank the menu, they embroidered their names on the back. Chloe got one, etc. I didn't get one because I was like, oh, you didn't drink the menu. I'm like, I fucking created a goddamn menu.
Yep.
Do you not think I drank everything on this fucking menu?
Had to drink it to create it. Yep.
But I didn't drink it after I released it.
Okay.
Whatever. Fuck you. I can give a shit. I have in our collection the original tassel pins that Rosie and I were trying to create for that fez. We'll put them up in the bar somewhere.
Yeah, you should frame them or something and hang them up there. That'd be a nice little picture frame.
Fezes over my head, which you guys remember from the
Uni room. Yeah.
Those are my original 2 fezes. Both of which are caked in hair grease. Because I wore them out to car shows and everywhere else. And
I remember seeing you in that all the time, more than your captain hat, more than that hat that you're wearing right now.
Mm-hmm. I got all my pith helmets, some of which are going to go in the bar.
As they should be. Yep. I
And
need
as
to order
you
that.
saw, Scott,
What's that?
Boatnick's poster is right over there.
You sent me that picture. First thing I did was show Shell. I go, look at all these pictures he has framed for the Pele Uto.
And that fucking thing is huge.
It's a full-size
Here's
movie
the thing,
poster.
though. The stuff you take there,
it's bigger than a full size.
No, it's a one sheet. It's a standard one sheet.
No, it's not a one sheet. It's a one sheet from the 70s, not a one sheet today.
You're right. You're right. Because all my posters are from that era. So you're right.
I had to fold it 3 ways left of Sunday to get it in that frame.
27 inches by 41 inches. That's how big those were. And you got your Jaws poster too. Doug's actually got Jaws behind him, so that's what made me think about that.
We got a Jaws poster, and we have Burt Reynolds on the bearskin rub for the ladies.
That needs to be up there.
Well, you definitely just have to make sure whatever you take of your own personal thing to decorate, it's well secured because people will take shit.
Yes, we are making note of what is coming back to me if I sell and or leave.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have to protect it from bad guys.
Rosie said, well, somebody might steal your Boatnick's poster. I want to see the fucker who gets out the door with a poster that fucking big.
Oh, don't challenge me.
This is under my jacket.
That's true.
That ain't happening.
They have locking frames that you can. That what they are is they're little screws that are shaped like this, and when you put them in, you turn them, and they stick into a groove in the back of the.
I know.
And you can't take them off the wall.
Or I could just straight screw them to the fucking wall.
That's also true. Yeah.
Yeah. Although it didn't save the ships at the bar that won't be named.
Sons of bitches. Every time I go there, I look up there and I go,
I screwed that original ship down had 4 screws. If somebody went in after hours and tore out 4 fucking screws, take the goddamn ship.
I always wonder what happened though. Did they just take them and throw them away? Did they take them and give them to? No, did they try to sell them? What the hell were they thinking?
I don't know about you guys. I got an idea about Doug. But we've done a lot of stupid shit when we're drunk.
Well,
but there's a level when you're drunk that this is a good idea, and then there's how am I strategically taking this bar apart to get this poster?
Right.
That's another level. It is.
And at one point you just go, hey, if you're that dedicated, have it.
Go get it. Yeah, I guess.
Well, I was talking about like your fezzes and your hats and stuff like that you might decorate with. Anything
Those
like that.
will be behind the counter.
Yeah.
Yeah, over the bar.
Yeah. I just had a meeting with ADT Security. Yeah, it's like we want a camera on the door, we want a camera on the back door, one in the liquor room, one on the register. Rosie wants one in the hallway because the hallway's got its own private door to the bathrooms. It's like, oh, you want one the rest of the bar? Not really.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
somebody might get rowdy in a tiki bar. No, they're not.
You know, I will say I've never seen anybody get rowdy in a tiki bar. I've seen people get drunk in tiki bars. I've seen somebody go like this behind my head, looking to see what pin I got on there. But yeah, rowdy's usually not the ticket with a tiki bar.
I've seen a lot of bad behavior in tiki bars. Problem is, bad behavior in tiki bars is one mouthy fucker.
Yeah. Doug.
You
No.
look a little questionable. You might be light loafers. Really? That's how ironic you're getting? And then there's drunken, bridesmaids. We're all getting shithoused, drinking champagne, and what's my tip jar look like? Oh, you just gave me $400 because you're shithoused drinking mimosas.
That's a good thing. Yeah.
I'm like, we got cameras coming in, we got cameras going out.
Yeah, you got to have the security. There's no question about it.
Oh, we will. We know that's coming.
Yeah. Let me ask you about the cocktails again. The one thing I asked you about this before for Harbor Cove Cafe, and you explained it to me. But are you going to have painkillers at the Pele Utu? And if not, why?
We will have a PK. What recipe we have for the PK, we have not decided.
Oh, okay. Because the reason is, explain why you can't have a painkiller.
So a PK, painkiller, is a drink that was created by Purser's Rum. It was made with Purser's Rum. While you cannot copyright a drink recipe, you can copyright the name. Purser's Rum has decided to sue everybody who uses the painkiller name.
Because they own the term for drinks.
May or may not involve independent tiki bars, but does involve the bar in New York way back in the day called Painkillers. So at the place that shall not be named, we renamed the drink because we made it with Channel Islands dark rum, Grey Ghost right here.
Mm-hmm.
And if I have my way, we will make our version of PK RENO with the company in Garbageville that is making rum as well.
Okay.
But Pussers does not like other people playing in their sandbox, and fuck them.
We had that exact conversation with somebody in Hawaii. We asked them, do you have a painkiller? Well, we have something that's painkiller alike. We can't have a painkiller because Pussers will sue us. That's exactly what they told me. And I forgot that when I asked you about Harbor Cove Cafe, because they don't have one on the menu. It's my mom's favorite drink. And you reminded me. Oh, that's right.
Dazu will make one anytime your mom wants one.
I will remember that next time. I will ask him to do so.
You ask Dazu, he will, of course, make a PK, hopefully with Karuba or one of the better rums.
I got complete faith in him.
I don't hate Pusser's rum. It is a British style Old Navy rum.
Right.
Hello, mate.
But it's not a rum I actually want to sit and enjoy. It's
I get
hot.
that.
It's fast. It burns. It works good in that drink. But the company who's running it and the guys who made that decision make me hate them.
Yeah, that happens a lot of things, and I can see your point exactly. It's like, we always have Pusser's rum on the shelf, but the only thing we use it for is for the painkiller. That's the only thing we use it for. Anything else, we never touch it unless it's that. And that's just to keep the original recipe going. But I see what you're saying. It's like, really, you're gonna send cease and desist letters?
Small bar.
Yeah, to a guy who's barely struggling, and it's weird. That happens so often with things where people copyright a phrase or a name or something like that. And by the way, that only applies to drinks. They don't own the copyright for like Judas Priest has an album called Painkiller. There's nothing they can do about that. Yeah. It reminds me of Taco Bell recently. Taco Bell sued this. You guys all know the phrase Taco Tuesday, right?
Yeah, it came from Minnesota?
It came from a little taco place in Minnesota who had copyrighted and trademarked that phrase. Taco Bell sued them. Now, they were actually suing people, too. If you use Taco Tuesday and they saw it in an ad, they sent you a cease and desist order because they own the phrase Taco Tuesday. But what happened is Taco Tuesday became so generic that everybody was using it. They couldn't possibly sue everybody. So Taco Bell sued them. Well, Taco Bell is a multi-billion-dollar company, and there's this little company out there in Minnesota or wherever it was, and of course Taco Bell won. And now now anybody can use that phrase because Taco Bell couldn't win the use of that phrase to use exclusively. They could only win to free it for everybody.
It goes back to the podcast argument. A little company that was suing out of Texas.
That's right.
That if you use the term podcast, you owe them $10,000 a year. And you guys were a part of that.
We were there before podcast existed.
Long enough that you qualified for that. And thank God Leo and what's his face fought them on that statement.
Yeah, that's it's copyright is such a weird animal. It's like, we'll finish with this. The classic movie, It's a Wonderful Life, was in the public domain for years. And then some company bought the story that it was based on.
Was it in the public domain?
It was, yes. And then some company bought the story that it was based on because we used to sell it, shocker. We used to sell it every year. But then this company bought the story and they said they would sue you if you tried to sell that movie in their area because now they owned the story that it was based on. So in effect, they own the movie as well.
Texas.
Yeah. I think that's changed. I think they were countersued and they lost. Don't quote me on that again because I'm not a legal guy. But really, that's not how copyright's supposed to work. It's the same with Disney and Hunchback from Notre Dame. When did Victor Hugo write that? 1850?
Yeah, 1847.
Yeah, and then Disney comes along and makes their movie and they trademark it and they own it so that companies like Aurora Model Kit had to change their name to the Bell Ringer. Come on, that's bullshit. That's the kind of thing that's wrong. And
when Universal did the first version, which was 47, 46?
Something like that.
Hugo just died. So it's kind of protecting him, which is what it's intended to do.
50 years after the author's death.
Except Disney has perfected how to alter the equation that the 50 years, which is a reasonable amount of time.
It is.
I'll give Disney 100 years. All of a sudden, you now get to keep Mickey Mouse for all of time?
Yeah. Even though that's exactly what you've been doing to other people the whole time. That's true.
Yes.
That's true. And that, unfortunately, here's the problem with that kind of stuff. If you sue Disney because they have trademarked that phrase, you win nothing. Everybody else wins everything, including yourself, but you have to fight for everybody because all of a sudden it's a free property.
Well, and then at that point it becomes which lawyer wants to get his name in the paper.
That's 100% right. Who wants to beat Disney?
Disney.
That's right. That's exactly it. All right, my date is here. She has just arrived, so we're going to end the show. Shelly, is it hot in here or something? She said, Jesus God. So it is.
Jesus God.
I did not turn on the air conditioning because I know it's expensive.
Almost 85 at the studio.
I wish I knew how much it was in the studio. I bet you it's 106. Shelly says 95 at least. But I'm going to be thinner when I leave, so that's good. Julie, take us out. Last words. Say something about absinthe.
Huh?
Say something about absinthe.
Looking forward to flying high with absinthe.
Shelly says absinthe makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah. Tell my
Doug.
husband that.
Yep, that'll work. Doug, final words.
See you. Peace out. Oh, look, you can see my boobs back there if I do this.
That's so cool. Shocker, take us out, my friend. That was beautiful.
Oh, wait a minute. Did I put on music?
Shelly's melting. We got to go. Take us out.
Sorry, I was fucking around, but I missed the button. All right. Aloha, fuckers.
That's what we're waiting for. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Later.
See you, bye.
Brought to you by The Grape, Ventura County's premier jazz venue and cocktail lounge, located at 2733 East Main Street in Ventura. For menu and music schedule, visit them online at thegrape.club. This has been a Rough Edge Studios production.